Samoa, Marion Faustino, Tong.
Talented boxer is this 22-year-old, competed in the Tokyo Olympic Games in the 69-kilogram welterweight division last summer. Quarter-finalist in the Asia-Oceania Olympic qualification event to progress through to Tokyo. Comes to the boxing ring as the reigning two-time national champion of New Zealand.
Out of the blue corner, representing Sri Lanka, Niklas, Vittalis.
His opponent is Sri Lanka's Niklas Vittalis. Vittalis, 28 years of age, a soldier in the Sri Lankan army, part of an 8-strong boxing team representing Sri Lanka. 5 men and 3 women make up their number. Both of these boxers received byes in the first preliminary round as they prepare to make their Commonwealth Games debuts.
Middleweight contest fought over 3 3-minute rounds. Introducing to you first in the red corner, representing Samoa, Marion Faustino, Tong. And his opponent in the blue corner, representing Sri Lanka, Niklas Vittalis.
Keep your head up, keep your punches up, no holding, and listen, okay? Shake hands.
We're in the round of 16 in the men's 71-kilogram light middleweight division. It's the first contest of Birmingham 2022 for both of the boxers in action here. The man wearing red is Marion Faustino, Tong, from Samoa, 22 years of age, part of a 3-man Samoan boxing team. There's a leaping left hook, which just causes the man in blue to blink and back up. And that is Niklas Vittalis, 28 years of age, a soldier in the Sri Lankan army. He's shaken off that punch and now goes in search of his own offense as the 2 men exchange jabs.
Well, if you see your opponent's got a left hook like that, you get your right hand up. So Vittalis here, the man in blue, got to keep his right hand a little bit higher, Ronald. Tong is obviously someone who looks to have a bit of power, certainly with that left hook. He's shown us what he can do with that. So you keep your right hand nice and high, just in case he tries another one of those shots. But Vittalis has carried on. That's not bad from him. You've got to keep your hands up here.
It's a good straight right hand landed by Vittalis. He appears to be the slightly taller, rangier boxer. But Tong, as we've seen, and we've commentated on him previously, a very explosive boxer indeed. Good left jab to the body landed by him a few moments ago. That preceded that coming together. Left jab not too far away from Vittalis, but then he takes a stiff left jab in return from Tong, and then a nice counter right hand catches him as he's coming in. As he tried to disengage, he was slapped by a right hand by the man in red. There's a right hand again. Terrific patience being shown by Tong, because he allows Vittalis to trigger off, to lead off, and then he counters. There he went looking for a Hollywood left uppercut, but couldn't find the mark. Check right hand again, lands. It was a slapping shot with the inside of the glove before he spears his man with a left jab to the stomach.
Vittalis is making lots of mistakes here, Ronald. He's getting away with it a lot as he's coming forward, but he crosses his feet very often coming forward. Comes in with a double jab, which is not bad, but as he's coming forward there, just gets away with it, falls into his opponent because he's inaccurate with his shots there, and falls in but it's the feet that cross what he's got to watch out. He's going to walk onto a right hand over the top if he's not careful here, the man in blue.
Vittalis landed a right hand over the top of his own during that forward foray. Right hand to the body was driven in. The palm turned down. Here's the same shot once again from Vittalis. Snaking left jab landed to the torso by Tong. Really overcommitting with that right hand, Vittalis. He didn't find a range on that occasion, and that was a big swing and a miss behind a couple of jabs from Vittalis. So he's really committed to his offense, is Vittalis. Not necessarily accurate, but when he lands with a resounding thud. First round in the book, both men enjoying success.
Good straight punches from the man in blue. Vittalis, there's that left hook there. Actually, it was probably inside of the glove, but still, that was the danger shot. But Vittalis replied, a couple of nice double jabs, a couple of nice attacks, but his legs keep crossing. A little bit wild and erratic. There, we talked about that right hand over the top, and that almost got him.
So it's a clean sweep of the cards for Marion Faustino Tong. 10-9 for all 5 scoring judges. So we move into the second round. Tong has come out southpaw to begin this second round, presenting a different look to Vittalis. Mention the fact that Tong took the New Zealand national title in 2021. A couple of years before that, he took the Samoan national title, 69 kilograms. So national titles for 2 different nations for the man who resides in the Samoan capital up here, and now he's looking for a right hook, short by some distance. Neither man really finding their range with any consistency thus far in round 2.
Clever little tactic here to turn to southpaw. That means there's an increase in distance for the rear hand for his opponent to land, and already Vittalis is struggling with to get to grips with the distance, and gets caught there as he's coming forward. So a good tactic change there from Tong.
So Vittalis beaten to the punch with the reverse 1-2. Left cross, then right jab, and the right hand landed when Tong was on the other side of Vittalis, shape-shifting effectively in the pocket against the taller figure for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, typical example of an orthodox boxer struggling with the southpaw style. Now he's gone back to orthodox, and now back to southpaw. Tong, so got a bit of talent, this lad.
Yep, most certainly. Remember, far greater breadth and depth of international experience under the belt of Tong, despite being 6 years younger than Vittalis. Vittalis has competed exclusively in Sri Lanka, whereas Tong has represented his nation on the highest stage of all, the Olympic Games, as well as competing in continental events, where he came away with an Oceania Youth Silver back in 2018. Left cross, and then a roundhouse right as he turned back to orthodox.
If you look at the way Vittalis is shaping up, Ronald, for a tall man, he's got a fairly narrow stance. When that happens, you can lose power in the backhand, most certainly. But what happens also, boxers with a narrow stance, they tend to be in punching range to the opponent. Their target area gets closer than what they actually think they are, and they get caught with shots. And this is a classic example of that. The base is a little bit too narrow, and as he's coming forward, he's walking onto shots. He's getting his target area. He's getting too close.
Well, the first round was taken unanimously by Tong. I think it will be a repeat of that here in round number 2, because Tong just demonstrated more variety, turning to southpaw, bringing a greater range of shots into play, and Vittalis enjoying less success than he did in the opening round. We're awaiting the scorecards, of course, but a more commanding performance by the Samoan boxer wearing red.
Clever tactic change from Tong at the start of the round to go to to go to southpaw. And this fella is really struggling with that style, and it has been exposed a little bit. And because of that narrow base, he's walked onto shots, getting a little bit frustrated now also. And as he's coming forward, he's walking onto punches. He should be across the board here, and yep, there it is for the man in red.
2 scorecards of 10-8 returned from judges 2 and 5 during that second round in favor of Tong. So as we go into the third and final round, the man in blue needs a massive final round to get back to parity or get himself back into contention, having conceded the opening 2 rounds unanimously. Tong, again, showing wonderful variety in his work, looking for a lead right uppercut out of the southpaw stance a few moments ago. Now he's back orthodox, turns back southpaw, now orthodox once again. Vittalis just can't get to grips with his opponent, and he's caught by a left hook by Tong. Well, it's almost as though he's hypnotized, Vittalis. Doesn't quite know what to do. Tong disengaging, getting beyond punching distance, and Vittalis simply cannot get himself into range and let any offense of his own go. No use of the jab.
He's just a little bit, he's too far away, Ronald, basically, when Tong is boxing as a southpaw. Just a typical problem that a lot of orthodox boxers encounter, too far away against their southpaw opponent, and hasn't been able to adjust. His feet are a little bit flat-footed. He's getting caught now, his hands are a little bit too low, and he's not quick enough with the feet to close the gap down. So Tong, clever tactic to go to southpaw, and he's in control here.
Left, right from Vittalis, not too far away. Here's a solid left jab from Vittalis, perhaps his best punch since round number 1. So Tong was practically untouched in round number 2. Big swing and a miss with the right cross sends Vittalis momentarily between the ropes. And Tong in complete control. And Vittalis, well, he's being dazzled here by the man constantly switching stances. In front of him, Marion Faustino, Tong. Now, what's the problem here?
Is there a cut, Ronald? I think there is.
Yep, it's been caused by a clash of heads. And you see evidence of that injury to the left eye.
I don't think it's too bad. It's on the side, and so the blood will be running down the side of his face, which isn't too bad. At least the blood's not running into the eye to impair the vision. And the referee says okay.
So a minute to go. And that's as much inconvenience as Tong has experienced in this contest so far. Vittalis had occasional success in the opening round. Leaping left hook out of the orthodox stance from Tong, planted his feet. There's a good bent arm right hand shot landed by Vittalis. And Tong looking to please the crowd here because he's in complete control in this contest. He's dropping his hands, he's presenting an open target, demonstrating his reflexes and his head movement, and occasionally planting his feet into the canvas, and launched a couple of big bombs. Again, check right hand, sends Vittalis into the turnbuckle, turns and walks away, swaggering around the ropes arena, exuding confidence and trying to dispirit and discourage Vittalis.
Yeah, he's actually taken a few risks here, Tong. He knows he's won the contest, but yeah, a fairly comfortable display there. Started off a little bit tricky, but as it went on, that tactic change going from orthodox to southpaw, I think has won him the contest here, and Vittalis got more and more frustrated and just couldn't get to grips with the style in front of him. So it's this man that will go through in this last round. Kept switching, lowering his hands, showboating a little bit. But yeah, that's good stuff from him. He gets away with it. But then Vittalis just reminds him, clips him there with the right hand. Just gets a little bit scrappy. I thought that was good refereeing, saying inside the glove there. So she got that spot on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision for your winner. In the red corner, representing Samoa, Marion Faustino Tong.
So Marion Faustino Tong goes through to the quarter-final stage. Shooting that arrow in the direction of the medal rostrum. He's just one win away from securing some championship hardware here at Birmingham 2022. Very committed individual is Niklas Vittalis. Enjoyed pockets of success in round number 1, but the switch to southpaw appeared to completely diffuse and indeed bamboozle the Sri Lankan soldier. And it's the Tokyo Olympian Marion Faustino Tong of Samoa who goes through to the last 8 in the 71 kilogram light middleweight tournament.
When these two boxers entered the ring, it looked like it could be a tricky night for Tong, because Vittalis has got the height and reach, and not a bad straight puncher, but a good left hook in the opening round. Then sort of set the pattern with the flashy stuff from Tong. But when he switched to southpaw for the second round, that was the undoing of Vittalis. He could not cope with that style, and it became quite a comfortable victory for the Samoan. And Tong, he goes through to the next round. Good performance overall.